One of my last videos we used this to scramble a TV signal. I've upgraded it since, putting a little heatsink here because this component here would get very hot when this would touch this wire. It would heat, so I thought that would resist more and affect performance. Anyways, the point of this video is to see the science behind it and maybe see how and why my experiment didn't work in trying to scramble a phone signal. So at the time that I made it, VHF and UHF were still used in TVs. So it would range from 169 all the way to 952. I don't know what I used on my TV, if it was dual, if it had both of them, or if it just had one. But let's just assume that it was from here to here. Alright. So, that's really interesting, because if you see that 952 megahertz is the upper range, as in high and then low, right? But then let's look at T-Mobile. I wrote down some frequencies that they use on their network. And they use the lowest 700 megahertz all the way up to 2100 for band 4 and band 12. So I was testing it out, and what I did was I got my phone. I have the Lumia 950 XL, right? Let me focus. Alright. I would go into field test, and I would let me see if focus. Alright. And I would go into band locking. And I would turn off every single band except band 12. And that would isolate it from the other ones, because the way that the phone works is this is the last resort, and then this is optimal. So what it would do is, if I didn't lock it, maybe it scrambled band 12, maybe. But if it does, I wouldn't know, because it would hop on to band 4 or band 2 as last resort, this one, you know what I mean? It would keep on moving around. So I would have to isolate it to see if my theory was actually correct. It wasn't, not even close. It didn't do anything. So then I made this. It's a screwdriver. And the point of this was to make an inductor, to make resistance, or just change the frequency or something like that. So here's the metal core for the screwdriver, and then I used a coated copper wire, and I would wrap it around like a paper. It's like really thick. It's like kind of cardboard sort of, but it's like poster board. So I wrapped it around that so it wouldn't make direct contact with the screwdriver, and in hopes of it changing the signal, altering it a bit. So I would connect this, each one of this one and then this one, to this wire to this one, and they would go on each separate one in hopes of it changing the frequency. It didn't do anything. I'm still doing research on seeing why not. Anyways, on my phone, it has all these bands, right? All these frequencies. And I was interested in band 12. That was why I did this experiment. I went through all the trouble, all the research for that. Because 700 intertwines with 952. It's right in between that range of 450 all the way to 952. This is way higher than that. So I was crossing my fingers, maybe I hit the sweet spot in UHF, right? But no, it must have been VHF. Anyways, the way a signal, let me focus. Anyways, the way a signal scrambler works is, let's say this is your box, your TV box, the one that's supposed to receive from the transmitter in wherever it's transmitting from, right? This is the antenna, and this is the signal that's supposed to be getting to it, and it gets to it, and it can read it, right? But now here's a scrambler, and it's just spitting out random frequencies all over the place, 100 megahertz, 900, 1000, whatever. But then how my TV was scrambled was that there must have been one that matched the one the TV was picking up. So it would be stronger since it was closer to the TV than the station. And it would go through, and it just messes up the data because it's not the one that was intended for the TV to get. So by doing so, you're actually scrambling it. You're not really scrambling it, you're just overpowering it. But effectively, it works, The signal doesn't get there. You mess up some data. I'm still trying to figure out what was wrong, what it did wrong, But yeah, and then for a future project, I was thinking of scrambling radios. Same principle, but maybe I was trying to upgrade it a bit, make it more techie. I don't know. But yeah, I got this from Big Lots, a really cheap FM transmitter. I used it for a bit, and then I broke it open. It works pretty well, but like the principle of this is that you would plug it into your phone, and you would put iTunes or Groove or whatever. We would put a song, and then you would tune to one of these stations here. Oh, I broke it. Whatever. I'll solder it. Anyways, you would tune to one of these stations here, and what it would do is it just plays music, right? But not very far away. So I was thinking about seeing a chart for this, how to do it, to maybe make it stronger, take out some resistors or something. But I couldn't really find a way to, so I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually. But my plan was to scramble an FM radio. Same principle, to attach the signal scrambler onto this through one of these wires, right? Because the antenna, it would be, let me focus. The antenna would be the white wire. If you'd like to support, you can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, subscribe, like if you liked, the routine. And, just stay updated. I'll post whenever I can, I post science, comedy, whatever comes to mind, if it's fun, I'll post it. Alright, stay updated.